Listen, guys, I choose to tell my story not because I see myself as a victim, but because I want others to know that they're not victims either. I stayed silent for far too long because I thought that being strong meant just moving on, pushing through it, and never looking back. But I was wrong. Talking about my past does not make me weak, although I used to think that. I used to think that if you talked about the past, it made you weak, or it just didn't even matter because we all have a story. But I've learned that silence doesn't heal wounds, acknowledgement does. And one of the biggest reasons why people don't speak up is for fear. Fear of being judged, fear of being labeled as someone that just likes to make excuses. But let me be clear, there's a big difference between using your past as an excuse to stay stuck and using it as something that can inspire change. And if we really want to break cycles, we have to create spaces where people feel safe sharing, healing, and growing. And I understand that messages like this make people uncomfortable, and I think I've realized why. You see, when you've spent years suppressing your own pain, seeing somebody else own up to theirs can feel like a mirror being held up. And let's face it, a lot of people aren't ready to face that reflection. Some people have convinced themselves that silence equals strength. So when they see someone speaking openly, it challenges their entire mindset. And others judge because they deep down don't want to admit that they've been avoiding their own healing. And yes, we all have sad stories. And if you choose not to talk about yours, that's fine. Like, it's cool. It really is. But for some of us, sharing our story is so much bigger than us. It's about inspiring, motivating, and creating real change. And sharing your story doesn't mean that you have to give every little detail. It's about owning your story and your truth to empower others, as well as yourself. So if you've ever felt ashamed or silenced by the idea that everybody goes through something, I see you. And I want you to know that your experiences matter, your voice matters, your truth matters. And if speaking your truth makes people uncomfortable, well, then by all means, that's on them, sweetie. That's not on you. We don't grow by staying silent. We grow by owning our truth and using it to build something stronger. And if that makes people uncomfortable, well, they were never supposed to be part of the journey in the first place.